Hello everyone, I'm Tone 300 and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 and our City of Londinium. So, last episode we completed our ring road, our highway around the city, and today there's a couple of things I want to get on with. One of them being this old town district that is not old at all at the moment. It's very modern and I'm really not that keen on the look of the whole area, so some of these buildings are too close together. I mean, look at these two. I shouldn't have placed these right next to each other, but you never know what's actually going to pop up at first, so they're right next to each other, but there is a gap, whereas these windows are almost touching. So I'm going to rezone everything and I'm going to build it all a bit differently and not so sort of all crammed in. It just doesn't feel right. But first, let's have a look at our ring road again and our connections that we've now done. So this junction is huge, as you can see. It works really well. My first attempt at it didn't work so well, was getting a lot of traffic. But now this is really working really nicely. It's all flowing lovely, got no traffic issues. And when you come off of the highway or whatever street you're on, you'll notice that you've got two options. One, you can turn left, and that's the same on every junction. So you've got that left turn on every exit ramp, and then you can actually follow it around and do a right turn if you want to. So you don't have to use this central roundabout area, but if you want to, you can also use that exit, which takes you to this roundabout in the middle, and then you've got a choice as to where you want to go. You can go anywhere from there. And that's the same on every exit and entry point. I've mirrored it all the way around, and it actually looks quite nice. It is very big. We had to build it so big because of all the roads crossing each other, but it does work really well. So moving on to the next one. This one's a little bit more compact and a lot smarter looking. Works very well. We've got a little bit of traffic building here, but we've got this central roundabout area. Again, you've got the option of taking a left on every exit, so that eases the congestion on the central roundabout. Yep, that one's working nicely. And round here we've got a new one that I've built. It looks a little bit like a face, doesn't it? A couple of eyes looking at you. I think it's quite, I don't know, I like it. So yeah, anyway, let's have a closer look. It's, as you can see, we've got the central roundabout again. But here we've got a big looping road that comes around onto a roundabout. And the same over here, this is the entry point, and that's the exit point. I just wanted to build something that was a little bit different. We've also got a couple of sort of tunnels underneath, because we was getting this little tunnel here comes around and out here because we was getting quite a bit of traffic build up on this exit. So I thought I'd put an underpass in there, and we have one here as well, which I believe is this one over here. Just helps the traffic flow a lot better. Moving on to another one. This one's a bit more straightforward. This may get adapted later on, but as you can see, it's got a simple on and off ramp either side and a couple of connecting roads. So yeah, that works quite well. So what we're going to do next is have a look at this old town district. So what I want to do is actually completely demolish all of this area and start again, I think. In fact, we're definitely going to do that. So I'm going to go away, I'm going to quickly go away now, unzone everything, demolish everything, reset it all up how I want it, and then yeah, I'll be back to finish it off with you guys. I'll see you shortly. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see, we've done a big transformation on this place. It's got a much more old town feel to it, especially as we've got the castle here. I thought It should feel quite old around here, and the row homes especially set off with like a really old feel. Especially with these old sort of, we call them London roofs in London, because that's like a valley in the middle. Yeah, these work really nicely. More row homes around here. We've got varying styles as well. What I've tried to do is do them sort of in pairs, so they're colour matched. Although that is slightly different colour, but I don't mind a slight shade difference. I just think it looks nice. Little blocks of. What are all these people doing? They're all running. What are they running from? You know what they're doing? They're running to their new homes. They're all trying to. Is this what happens? Look at all these people running to get a new home. Yeah, we're moving in. Is it the first one there gets the house? I don't know. There's absolutely hundreds of them. Look at them all coming. Where do they come from? Now we're getting a little bit of lag there for some reason. Right. And then it just stops and there's nobody. It's just a huge influx of people moving in, I think. That's quite funny watching them all run. Let's get their new homes. Yeah, so I've tried to go for buildings that look old. So certain ones are built up and they keep an old sort of character feel. Others are more modern. And the best way of doing this is actually having a look in developer mode, because that's really the only way you're going to get them to all match as well. Otherwise you get varying colours. So you can see all of these are like a sort of pinkish colour. These are blue, but if you just place them like you zone the land, it'll build these, but they'll all be different colours, and it just looks a bit, I don't know, not authentic, I don't think. Anyhow, I like the look of these mixed housing on the seafronts. We've got the shops at the bottom. Varying different shops. I'm just having a look at each one. And they're not all completely filled up with house shops yet. That's empty, that one. So they're moving into some of them, and they haven't finished moving in yet. Well, there's a lot more people coming still, isn't there? So they'll move in. Here we have the Epicurean Gardens, which is a nice sort of is it a restaurant, I think, isn't it? Yeah, high-end restaurant overlooking the waterfront. I've created a beach. And to do this, we just press the home key and we get our developer panel up. Again, just type in what you're looking for. So if you want sand, you can type in sand. You can get a sand surface, which this is. Again, just draw it out. So this is what I created. And I want to take this a bit further. I mean, this doesn't look, the Castle Tavern, I don't know, it just doesn't feel quite right. I feel like it needs to fill out this space a bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to relocate, we'll de-snap it, and the only restriction is you need to be within a certain distance of a road. So I think I'm going to place it there. You can see the pathways extended through, and you see this glass surface here. I'm going to try and find this. So if we type in surface, in fact, you don't even have to find the right one, you can actually use clip surface, and then you can actually go in and we can just drag it out. Like so. And straight away that looks even better. But if we want to take that a step further, what I'm thinking is, all this space here, we can incorporate it into, I don't know, like pub gardens or something. just clip it slightly under the pathway, that's fine. And if we wanted to, we could come across this little bit, but I feel like that's fine. So we're going to make some seating area. And actually, might be a little outdoor play area as well for people that have got their kids with them. So we could have play cabins. In fact, before we place anything, I might make like another surface, maybe sand, so we could draw out. How big do we want it though? So I think I might put it against here. Like so. And then maybe we'll have some play. Yeah, we can have a play cabin. I think there's actually like a sand pit here, a sand box. You've got different styles, depends on what you want to go for. And we can have some swings. And I think that's slides. You can actually get a different type of slide, I think. Some of that. Slide 1 or 2. Yeah, that one's quite nice. What else? We have a seesaw. And actually it looks good with the tyres buried in the ground, doesn't it? So like so you get different colours as well. Yeah, already that feels quite nice. I'm sure there'll be some different things we can put in there as well. I know there was another play cabin, different type. And if we want a bit of inspiration, we could also have a look at a nearby park and see actually what's in there. What's in the small parks? There's like a playground, isn't there, as well? Let's have a look at the playgrounds. Sandpit, swing set and a slide, bike rack. Yeah, nothing too much in that one. Nothing else that we haven't got anyway. So let's add in some more seating, maybe just try and tie it in. And here we've got some outdoor sofas. So let's have a look at those. Outdoor. Because they're using barrels, I think, for tables, aren't they? So I've put some barrels in there as well. Trying to get the colours to match. I don't really want that colour or that one. Sometimes you can be able to place them and then delete them. I will add, be careful what you spawn in from here. Only really place sort of safe items that you know you can delete. Don't place vehicles or anything like that because they're meant to be very buggy and can break your game. So I'll stick to more traditional non-moving items that, yeah, there were safe items and there were not safe items as far as I can tell. All of these I've placed before and not had any problems with, so just make a backup save before you place anything. That's all I can say really. And we have some barrels, I think. And you can place them either side. Well, they've placed them in between as a table, haven't they? So I want it to feel part of the pub sort of thing. In fact, here there must be, let's have a look at the tables actually. It's not actually letting us place it because, I don't know, it's just not, you can't go that close to the table. Table sets are quite nice as well, but barrel it lets us because we've got that small gap. it does actually look quite nice with the bells. What I may do is put a few maybe around the tree, just for people that are standing. So yeah, we've got this whole sort of connected area. The only thing I can't do is obviously make another walkway into the grounds of the pub. So they have to rely on this one. Although we could put a pathway. Let's have a look at that, what we can do with that, because that might work quite well. I guess what we should have done is move some of these other items. They'll probably disappear, so yeah, it's not the same surface though. I wonder if we can edit the surface again using the clip surface. So there is this sort of concrete. Yeah, so I can play around with this for a while and actually make a sort of custom pathway around everything. It's a little bit tricky just trying to get the surface you want. Yeah, I've ended up with an extra. Let's see if I can remove that. Just drag that back behind it. That's it, we're on the same. Just trying to get the two to line up again. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to probably weave a pathway around this, but I'll do that later on because that's going to take a while. You get the idea there with the clip surfaces anyway. And it actually doesn't look too bad at all. and it all feels like one large facility now. So what else we want to do is actually place some other buildings. So I think it's in Police and Administration. I'm after the City Hall, so we'll unlock the Welfare Office. That's another one we do want. City Hall, I'll unlock the Central Bank as well. We've got quite a few points to spare, so the City Hall building, I think it's quite large, so let's have a look at it. Yeah, it's quite a big asset, so I don't think I'm going to fit it into this part of the old town. I think it might have to come over here. And in fact, it's a nice central location, so we'll do that. And I'm going to use that clip surface again to fill out this whole square. What was we in? There we go. So if we use snap, you can see it's, well, I want it to face this way, it can't because of the roundabouts. Let's turn the snapping off. Yeah, this is the front here. That's it, we can get it. It says road required, but if we go close enough we can get there. I'm just trying to work out a central position. I think that is it. Okay, so you can see again the pathways and stuff have been extended, but we've got these different sort of grass textures, and I'm just going to fill out this area to make it feel like all one area. Sure actually why we've got this little line at the front here. Let's see if we can move the building a bit closer. Yeah, that's better, let's get rid of it. Gonna have to redo the clip surface, but little one here. So I don't want to adjust that, I'm just going to put an extra node in. Well, it doesn't matter if you go a little bit longer, go under the pavement. That's fine, and I wish I could get rid of the fence, but I can't, so I'll leave it in. I'm just going to put some pathways in, I think, to create a nice little walk. And I might do a continuous curve. Okay, so we just need to try and join this to the... So one thing I don't like is the way it moves around so much. A bit of a visual glitch on that roundabout. Take it from... There you go, we've got the pathway in. Right, we'll just add in, what should we add in on here? Some trees. Quite like the pine trees. Then we can add things like benches. We can go around adding them all in later on, that's fine. I'm just going to add a few just to show you. There's sort of trash bins. There's some nice assets on there we can add in, just some smaller items. Rather than just placing a building and having nothing around it, I think that feels a lot nicer. And it all sort of ties it together with the textures. Okay, so give you an example of how we've done the row housing, I think, here on Madison Street. I think this could be some old row homes, maybe. Or even on this little area here, Butler Street. Yeah, it's really smaller ones. So if we type in residential, we can put level 5, do L5 residential. This will bring up all of your level 5 buildings, if you want to place level 5, that is, of course. I'm doing it only in this area because I've replaced what was a level 5 area. So we go for medium, row. As you can see, it's all different sizes. You can actually have a look at them all. So we could just place them down randomly and have a look at them. So we can decide which ones we want to use. Escape so we can see them. Because ultimately all buildings are going to level up to level 5 once your city's doing really well. So that's, well, you want to know what it's going to look like at the end. This is my thinking on it, so I'm going to go for this one. We'll quickly delete those again. You will have to zone the area as well, but you can, if it's on pause, you can place them first. We can snap it to the road if we want to, or we can drag it out a bit further. I'm going to use the snap in this option. And you can see they're all abandoned straight away and they want to be demolished. So we just go into EU, row homes, and I'm just going to zone are we on EU? We was on the wrong one. Anyway, there you go. And as you can see, what we were talking about earlier with the colouring, it can look a bit off because you wouldn't have these all built with different colour roofs and things. So you can replace them over the top again, like so. And now we've got pretty much the same colour roof all the way through. Might be varying shades of grey, but again, we could do it if we wanted all the same colour brick. Say we want that tan colour. See, that one is a tan colour. That one isn't, but we'll just keep placing it until we get the one we want. There we go, we've got a row of row homes, all pretty similar. They've actually all got different front sort of driveway areas, not the driveways, but you know, the little paving outside. Well, I don't mind that, that could be different. If we were really fussy, of course, we could keep placing them until we got them all exactly the same, but I like a little bit of variation. I think it was pretty nice actually. Right, this could actually be a separate development if we wanted it to be. So we could go for a different colour. Or we could go for a different row home if we wanted to. I'm going to stick with these. And they are different colours, but so you've got a different shade of grey brick, but you don't really notice it, they look pretty similar. And again, we can zone that. And if we want to squeeze a couple more in, we could, or we could leave it like that. I might put one more on the end. Yeah, we've got a different colour. Sometimes you have to come around to a different angle to see it, because from the front you can't really tell unless you get really close up. So there you go, and then simply hit play and people will move in. At the moment no one lives there. As time passes, people will move into them. I don't know if they do them in any particular order. See, they've got residents, they don't yet. So maybe it goes in order you place them. Obviously you need to have the demand as well. Eventually people do move into these. Obviously someone has on the end one. But yeah, so they look quite sort of authentic for the area, these old row homes. The place is starting to get a good feel to it, I think. I like the town hall as it is. And there's actually some upgrades. I didn't look at these. We've got a city court, it goes on the original footprint, and so does that one, which is the planning offices. So I'm going to place these. So that's going to help us drop our crime rate, minus 5% building levelling cost city-wide. That's good. So I've also gone round this sort of area here, this newer development, and just spaced the buildings out a bit more evenly. Made sure that there's a bit more light getting to people's windows while they're working. But yeah, it's got a nicer feel to it. I'm not sure about that building there, that might have to go, I don't know yet. That feels a little bit crammed in, I don't really like it. Already someone's redeveloping it a bit. Let's de-zone that. And what I've actually done around here as well, we can zoom in a little bit. For example, this here is only a 2x4. So we don't need those two on the end. It's only a 2x4. And I've actually used the surface editor again, put some concrete down, some parking spaces, some car chargers, a little no parking sign, just to kind of finish off this street corner. Otherwise you end up with just a random piece of grass like that with nothing there, whereas really to have something there. On this one, for example, I tiled the surface, put a fountain there, we've done some tables and chairs, some little what look like toilets, and some food tents. Well, it's a park info sign, but it's meant to look like a menu. So people can come and sit here and just relax, get something to eat or drink. I just think it looks a bit more genuine. You'd use the space, place some boulders, that's out of this developer panel. Don't know why we want fast forward. Obviously things like bushes and trees, I just use the traditional landscaping methods. But yeah, let's follow someone. Let's actually follow someone down the street. It's something nice I like to do. He's neutral. Comes in. Any happy people?
Mm.
You can see we're about to walk under the bridge, and we've got some nice benches here, some boulders, some food carts. We're just trying to fill spaces, make it feel lived in. He seems quite happy. So yeah, we can go along here. What is he doing? Oh, it's park services. It's park maintenance vehicle. I thought, why is he driving into the playground? So yeah, we've placed a traditional playground, but we put some boulders around. Again, if we went into Surface Editor, we could make that look even better. It's just sometimes things don't really look right or feel right. Bit easy with a snapping on, and just that minor alteration just finished it off. Something I'm going to do a lot more. I'm not sure what's going on with the pathways here. It's made this funny tile bit, and it really looks not good at all. I might turn my graphics down. Seems we're getting a bit of lag lately as the city's growing. So we could drag some of these surfaces out. Yeah, that's better. That's sorting it out, isn't it? If I wanted that fully tiled, I could do that. There you go, that's a lot neater looking. And you've actually then got an option of placing additional items if you want to, from either landscaping or from here. Like if we wanted to put another bench down or a bin or something like that, we could do. Whatever we want to put down. See, this is a shop. We could have some seating outside. Put like a table set or something. Like if there's more than two of you, you should have some bigger table sets. Doesn't kind of look right though. Yeah, maybe a couple of these. There we go, so you can order inside and don't sit outside and eat. You can just do things like this with all the different buildings. There's so much you can do. Some car parks. Place one car park under here. Added some boulders and some bushes around just to tidy it up a bit. Just use the spaces. So yeah, what do you think of Old Town, guys? Looking pretty good. Not sure what I'm going to use this space for along here yet. I might continue the row homes. I feel like it probably would have more row homes around. I like how you can just type bits of what you want, you don't have to put the whole thing. Go for, we've got 4x1s would fit here. Obviously there are different designs as well you can use. So you've got row 1, row 2, and you've got the North America ones as well. But I don't feel like they fit my area here. I'm going to use them elsewhere, just not in this particular development. Okay, we need to zone this. One other thing I have been doing as well is using the road surfaces and actually getting rid of all these parked cars everywhere. This one I will use concrete on that side because it's a car park. So I might place that all the way along one side. Maybe add some grass on the other side. mean, I might actually change it and put grass on both sides because it just feels nicer. Apart from where the car park is. I just don't like watching the cars driving over the grass. Sometimes through trees. That's fine though, we can just have the concrete on that area. Yeah, it's just all the parked cars everywhere, it just doesn't look right. But obviously we do need somewhere for everyone to park, so we do need parking lots and they're quite full. Yeah, I think we'll put some more boat homes along here as well. I may go along and alter the colours of them ways, so I don't know yet. They look kind of cool with their random as well. Although I don't like all the different colour roofs. So we've got a slightly bigger space we could do something with here. Maybe we go for medium density. Footpath through here maybe. Yeah, that's better. I don't want it all too built up, so I'll put some trees in and just give it a nicer feel. So actually the zoning is wrong here, isn't it? Yeah, let's flick it onto the right side so we can get 4 row homes in here. And in fact I might just keep them the same. So number 2, 4 by 1. That. Yeah, it's kind of all coming together. Let's hit the home key, take that off. And I feel like we have a much more authentic sort of old part of our city, which right next to the castle as it would be. Yeah, what we're going to do is build up our downtown kind of around the outskirts of this. There's a bit of modern area. There's the rest of our city over there. Yeah, anyhow, I think I'll leave that one there. And yeah, that's our downtown. Let me know what you think. And our old town. Leave me some comments and do subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.